17 motherfucking view having ass. Fuck, these niggas crazy than a motherfucker. These niggas crazy than a motherfucker. Fuck. Hey, Simone, what she got with me? Oh my mama.
Let you know you got a booger in your nose.
Right.
He ain't gonna leave you just out there bugged out like that.
Bug night.
Talking about what's up, girl.
What up, bug?
With the green giant shit. He giggling and well, now you wanna take a picture with me, my nigga.
Look, tap in, nigga, log in. Smoke a lot radio, we going all in.
Tap in, bitch, log in. Smoke a lot radio, we going all in.
Tap in, hold log in. Smoke a lot radio, we going all in.
The squad making sure we all win. Smoke a lot radio, we going all in. Zilla, I'm the host with the most smoke. Rolling up the most dope. Kato got the most jokes. Simone Taylor keep it sexy for the grown folks. I'm OG, tone low, bouncing on them gold spokes. Smoke, we the #1 podcast. Some other shows, all trash, Amber Rose, all ass. Broadcasting live from the coast. Sick committee with the jokes. Come and get your ass roast.
Kato phone, you nigga, review my file. How to show up on the net. You other niggas is clowns. Pulling bustin' niggas' cars, pulling whole skirts up. I'm the king of one-liners, y'all got what the fuck? Since we stepped up on the scene, we got the haters' attention. Only bosses on the set, you other niggas is mentioned. For your back for interviews, nigga, boss up your views. Nigga, fuck your crew, nigga, who is you?
Coming through with the block report. The real spill, cause niggas know I got rapport. About to give you what you're waiting for. Simone, Kato, and Young, we about to take the floor. And we back like we never left. Other radio shows, they getting put up on the show. Every time we step out, you know we fresh to death. Here to take our reign till there ain't nothing left.
You bitch! Hey, who is these niggas y'all talking about? They gon' get on Smoke a Lot with they 400 followers, 17 motherfucking view having ass. Fuck, these niggas crazy than a motherfucker. These niggas crazy than a motherfucker. Fuck. Hey, Simone, what she got with me? Oh my mama.
Hey, tap in, nigga, log in.
Smoke a lot radio, we going all in.
Hey, it's your host with the most Culado Smoke. Yuck mouth in the house with the illest nigga in Nebraska.
California, my mama.
And we Smoke a Lot Radio, man. Shout out to our co-host Simone, man. She got some she out with the fam bam.
What up, Monich?
She with the famage. You feel me? Family ties doing her thing.
mama.
So we gonna hold her down like 4 flat tires, man. And we are filming live.
While she out there in Atlanta, have her bring us some of them Lou Williams lemon pepper wings. We need lemon pepper wings, the lemon pepper Lou's.
You gotta go to Magic
She
City.
gon' slide by there before she slide.
This nigga's crazy.
Oh,
Speaking of that, man, damn, our sponsor just fell on the ground.
all right.
Anyway, we are powered by the world famous Coin Academy. I want to shout out everybody that make this shit go down, man. Shout out A Boogie, Amber, and this motherfucker. Shout out motherfucking Craig. Shout out Gold Mac. Shout out Layla.
Mizzle.
Shout out Macca, the owners of the building, man. Teamwork make the motherfucking dream work. Without y'all, there's no Smoke a Lot Radio at this motherfucker. You know? Love and thanks for always down, man. Real brotherhood in this motherfucker.
Oh, my mama.
You feel me? Sponsored by
Motherfucking and I'm talking about loyal, be motherfucking royal, and if you're gonna roll up this motherfucking Culado, you better roll it in this natural leaf so your motherfucking lungs won't be punctured. You got these rollers, you smoking with your girl? We got these blunts and roses. You need it all natural on some palm leaf shit while you sitting there twiddling your toes on the beach? Palm woods. We got what you need, got what you want, black owned, motherfucking loyal to be royal. Oh my mama!
Hey, go get yours at your favorite liquor store.
You can get them at smoke shops, bro. The liquor stores. You can get them anywhere. What you gonna do when you roll this Royal Blunt shit with your boo? I'm telling you, on my mama.
Hey, get to them at royalblunts.com if you're not out there, you know what I mean, at any dispensaries or any smoke shops, anything, gas stations, definitely go to royalblunt.com. Follow them on the gram at
Black owned.
You feel me? And tell them smoke a lot of sent you, baby. Stay
My
low to
mama.
Royal. You dig? Yada da. Man, how was your weekend?
No, I want to hear about Indianapolis.
Man, that shit. Indianapolis was dope as fuck.
Man.
It made me come out of my Mac Dre mode. I had to
They
had triple stack. Man, it looked like a quadruple stack. Alien face.
No.
Bro, I popped it. I thought it. I said it gotta be a half. It looked like a whole one, my nigga.
You was on that trim.
Man, and I popped it without no liquid.
And you was $7 a gallon with it. Oh.
Had to chew that thing, man. It was lit.
Ooh,
By the time we got to the after party, I missed my flight. I was too lit. Too lit.
That shit how you telling all your
Flowers
business in the
hella lit.
patio.
Niggas Smooth from BMF, niggas was lit, nigga.
Yeah,
Big T
yeah.
That cities. Niggas was up to like 8 in the morning, the sun
Talking.
was out. Talking. Like a motherfucker just talking.
When I was in the 5th grade,
I found out so much shit. Like, niggas,
everybody know I peed in the bed. I didn't say nothing. Like, my nigga, slow down. You done let the shit a little too much.
One thing, you ain't never had egg rolls, nigga.
Hell no.
Boy, I had my first steak egg roll out there. Then they was mean, my nigga. Them steak egg rolls. I go back there.
Filet
just for the
mignon
steak
egg roll.
egg roll, my nigga.
Oh, my
I
mama.
go back there just for the steak egg roll, nigga. Crazy.
Yeah. Was it a restaurant or the room? Shit.
Huh?
Restaurant or the room? You
Nah,
was restaurant?
Nah, club.
Oh, at the spot.
They
Oh,
do food at
okay.
the clubs out
Okay.
there. That's the best thing about it, nigga. They selling all types of nigga catfish, nigga fried chicken, nigga. Oh, I had
I
pork
never
chop.
been to
They had
Indianapolis.
fried pork chop.
You ate a motherfucking pork
I
chop?
had to. I had that flashback. Nigga, fried pork chop. I had to.
No, ain't
my
nobody
nigga.
passing up no fried pork chop, but I'm just
Nobody.
surprised. I'm not.
Nobody.
The crust
nigga.
alone.
Man, come on, man. You know I'm trying to be like off.
Hey, when we was little, nigga go back
in
in there on the stove and try to like, you would eat that shit cold, a cold pork chop. Pork chop. Boy,
A fried one.
wasn't always
They
no
had
chicken.
fried big boy fried pork chops in the club, nigga. I had
Damn,
to
my
do my.
I'm coming to the next Indianapolis show because I'm just here for the pork chop.
Our next one, we in Nashville, like
Yeah,
on the
Nashville.
27th. Yep, we in Nashville and shit. So we right. That's like 3 hours from that motherfucker. So all my niggas from
Yeah,
Minneapolis.
I wanted you to go
Indianapolis gonna come
first
down.
because a lot of times I overtalk your story and your shit be more interesting.
Nah, my shit
My
was
shit
lit
be-
though. My shit was lit. I just ain't felt. I ain't got no motherfucking enough for 48. Like literally going strong, nigga. Probably a little.
That's how
power
you know
nap.
we back outside, we back in rockstar mode, baby.
Just have my back. I'll probably be like Simone on this one, man. You probably catch me on a couple, man, because I ain't getting no rest. I just came from, nigga.
We'll figure it out.
Shout out to my son, though, man. Today's my son's birthday, man.
Yeah.
My the middle.
That's the actor, right?
Yeah, the actor,
Yeah,
man.
yeah.
Yeah, Jay Ellis. You know what I mean? Shout out to him. You know what I mean? Got him something nice for a Sweet 16. You know, Sweet 16, you gotta get something grande.
My uncle took me, slide down 16, went down Figueroa on 60-something. That's when they got called a strawberry. That's old school. I'm gonna keep that off the camera. That's when your uncle
Niggas
just,
can't do that,
youngster,
boy.
come here.
Nigga arrested for that, my nigga.
Let me see now. But back in the day, that was, nigga, shit, you
Don't
wanted
think
to
that
go with
wasn't-
Uncle Ray Ray.
Don't think that wasn't
Uncle Ray
the
Ray
plan,
had
man.
something for you.
Yeah, don't think that wasn't the plan.
It wasn't an ice cream sundae, but it was strawberries on top.
But they got the
I'm
big
gonna leave it at
party
that.
bus coming. He doing a big party. His homies and homegirls and shit. They gonna do it big. Do they want to? You feel me? Little nigga gig. You know what I
He
mean?
smoking? Do he smoke weed?
You can't smoke on a party bus.
No, do your son smoke weed?
Nah, nigga, you don't
I
smoke.
mean, when his daddy
He's
is
a-
King Weed, I'm just
he's an
asking. Do he
actor.
still roaches?
He's an actor, my
Okay,
nigga. Ain't no
edibles
box.
it is.
Yeah, he don't be smoking. You know what I mean? His homeboy smoking shit though. But
Yeah.
yeah, my shit was interesting. I'm just tired
That's
of
dope.
this motherfucker, man. Period. Tired of shit. How was your shit though?
My shit was cool. Giants video shoot yesterday, and then I ran to my son had a my league, so I was soccer dad.
Oh, nigga. Go ahead, keep going.
Yeah, so that's all I did with I got a hot record, me, G Malone, and Squeak Roo. So we're gonna drop that in about 2 weeks in time for the lowriders and motorcycles called West West, y'all. Inglewood, Watson, South Central, you feel me? Bridging gaps.
Oh, this shit gonna hurt. Anyway,
Oh my mama.
the Black Ink. Black Ink, Indianapolis. They got
They have a Black Ink, Indianapolis?
Yeah, they just
Who
did my
run
leg
that?
up. Well, the nigga that did my leg called Cal. You know what I mean? Cal, and then it's a nigga
I
named
didn't even know they
Storm.
had one out there.
Yeah, man. So they hooked us up. Me and Fly. I got my whole leg done, nigga.
What you get?
Rest in peace to my Uncle Mike. You know what I mean? The dude that put us on, that took care of me, my sister, my little sister.
Respect.
My moms and pops was doing bad and shit, man. So definitely had to have man. He held niggas down. Taught niggas to in the street. Period. It came from the family back in the day. You know, dope one just for everybody to be able to buy. Through these families really had it. And they'd pass it from the nephew to the uncle, the uncle to the nephew to this, that.
I did not know they had one in there. Them niggas, shouts out to Black Ink. Y'all to come on the show. Y'all out there doing it. Grammy weekend, I expect all you niggas to slide by the West Coast smoking out the West Coast drink champ type show. Cause yeah,
and I
motherfucker.
thought the whole cool thing about that, nigga, they had the little numbing, nigga. Got my goddamn
You cheated?
Yeah, nigga, this leg, I got a
it's a lot of bone right there. That
shit
hurt,
right
yeah.
here on my leg. The whole leg.
You done
is
did 3 of
done.
them double stack things. You been running your mouth through that test. Yeah, you right. It's a lot of bone right there.
There's a lot of bonage in that motherfucker, man.
Yeah.
So yeah, I had to get that a little bit of straightening. You feel me? A little bit of straightening, man. Period. But it's good to be back, my nigga,
Good
on the
to be
coast,
back.
man. I thought I wasn't gonna get back, nigga. I missed my flight. Couldn't catch a flight the next day. The next day they ain't got nothing going. It's like ain't got like 4 or 5 that's going. Like nigga, one a day. You miss that flight that's early in the morning. You ain't catching it.
Yeah, cause everybody ain't on their way to Indiana.
Hell nah.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, everybody ain't on their way to
But we got some bosses in the building, man.
Yes,
Let's
we
get
do.
to our guests, man. This is gonna be a turned up night at Smoke a Lot Radio, man. We got the legendary Melvin Farmer in the building. We got Big T in the building. We got Chico Brown in the building, man. These are legendary dudes, man. Street legends, LA legends, man. Thank you, fellas, for even coming through, man. I want to hear your story. I done heard your story definitely through different other platforms, you know what I mean? Like huge platforms, man. It's a blessing that y'all even coming here and blessing us with y'all presence, man. So thank you.
Off top.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
So look, let's get right to the shit, man. Let's take it back, man, because Snowfall.
Yeah.
Type of way, because I heard you, like that was your story, you and Rick, right?
Yeah. Do I feel some type of way? Yeah, you know, it was true our story, you know. Me and Rick went to prison for the whole Contra shit back in, 93.
Right.
Yeah, we went there, you know, we found out that Nicaraguans and Blandon was supplying us with drugs. You know, we end up going to jail. That's me arguing with the head of the CIA back in 2000 something. Then they come out with the story. We knew about the story before, you know, it came out because we actually talked to John Singleton.
Before he passed, rest in
Before he
peace.
passed, you know. And I knew the story was coming out because he told me about it. You know, then a few years ago, we actually was suing him, but, you know, then he died, shit, so. You know, Rick feel more fucked up than me. I'm fucked up because the whole situation where people think happened didn't really happen. That, but you get to saying what they say about the situation. But that went. You know, of course, we sold drugs, we went to prison and all that. That's what happened. At the end of the day, we sold drugs for the government with Oliver North and Noriega and all that shit. Then we end up going to prison. But the story they make on Netflix, you know, that's just fabricated.
Wow.
When you was in talks with John, was it stipulated be in collaboration with this project or?
Me personally, I never wanted to do nothing about selling drugs. Like Rick, when Rick came home, he wanted to do the show. He was talking about what really happened. But when John took the story and they, you know, watered it down, that's what came out, Snowfall. But we did know about it. And did I go to some of the meetings? No, I didn't go. Did I talk to him? Yeah. But did I want to be a part of it? Not at all. If I'm gonna tell a story of how it went, how we got busted, how we got involved, the whole thing, not just watered down. You know, especially being from Compton, been in that life. You know, I've been in that life. Shit, I got shot in 1976. My best friend died in my arm in 1980. So I've been in that life all my life. So when you get a story that's watered down and people are talking about Snowfall is a great show, yeah, it's a lie. You know, if you want to go by that, it's a whole lie. That ain't what happened.
We got a lot of mixed feelings from a lot of other people. They said it could be either Freeway, you, Waterhead Bo.
Bo was my celly for 5 years. I never really watched the show, just the first time it came on. That's definitely Bo, the way they started the show.
Right, yeah,
Like
everybody
you know,
saying Waterhead Bo.
That's a real story. And, you know, me and Bo, like I said, we was sellers for over 5 years. Me and Bo real tight. So when the show come out, I'm not gonna say it's not about that part, but when it comes to the nigga in the contras and stuff, that's definitely us.
That's
like it's no questions about it. You go and search that shit and talk about the CIA, and you can see me 30 years ago arguing with the CIA, telling them, because they told us, y'all going to prison. I don't care what, 'cause all this stuff I'm telling you, they did not allow us in court when we was going to court. All this was dismissed. Like I said, we made up this story.
Whoa.
So this never was in court. So by the day of trial, I ain't guilty. If this ain't in our trial, man, I ain't going to court. Rick ended up going to court and receiving a life sentence. But we knew we had all this information before it came out. So you got to realize we going to court. But none of this information I'm telling you now was allowed in court. Because they said we made this story up.
It's a lose-lose. They're saying it's a fairy tale instead of actual fact.
That's what happened.
But now they making motion pictures and movies about this shit.
Man, we go to trial, this shit is a lie. They made this story up to get out.
So to basically protect the government, their involvement in the shit.
But they told us it was real. Like when the CIA came down there, it's like the head of the CIA, Deutsch, came to watch this to tell the people, but he don't know I'm out. I just got out on $1 million bill. Maxine got me out. So I end up being in the crowd when he telling them.
Shameless plug,
when
Maxine
you say
Waters.
Maxine, you talking about auntie, right?
Yeah.
Maxine Waters. She pardon you?
Yeah,
West
Maxine
Coast
Waters.
Salute.
I go with Maxine to this thing about the CIA coming down to watch to say that they wasn't involved. So my office, she put when I came home on bail, she put me a desk in her office, so I'm in her office every day with her. So this happened, so I end up going to the event, and he telling the people, we wasn't involved, but I stood up like, man, you lying, like this is what happened. Y'all just came to our cell and said, shit, we going to prison for the rest of our life. Now you telling the people y'all wasn't involved. Go find that shit on YouTube.
Right.
Right now. It's 30 years ago.
Crazy about that little kid watching the Contra trial on TV. Remember that shit was on TV, televised.
Yeah, with Oliver North
and all that shit.
So Oliver North, all them people names is
crazy.
in our paperwork. You know what I'm saying? So when you talking about this, we talking about Oliver North, we talking about Noriega, we talking about all these people, but they in our paperwork, me and Rick paperwork. We don't even want to go into court for this shit.
And all them get to run free and do they still run it up.
I was on a TV. I was on Geraldo with Oliver North. I was on there and on my way to prison.
Wow. Geraldo, nigga.
That got punched in the nose. Before the nose got broke.
Yeah, I was on that show with him.
What Oliver North?
Yeah, I was on that show.
Ollie North.
I was on the show, Geraldo show. I was on all the fucking shows talking about this particular, what happened to it. For me, I was like, I ain't, man, shit, everybody, shit, back in I'm telling you about in the.
Oh, for real? Yeah, they don't want that out there. They don't want that out there.
The story came out, and this is what it is. When people see Snowfall, they talk about the cons. They show, the Crips and the Pirates, but this is some shit we really live. So that's the difference for me when you're telling me the story. I watched it. I never watched it because it's so like, damn, this shit really this is really us. Me and Rick talked yesterday about this shit. We talk about this shit every day.
Yeah, Rick's a good friend. Had him on a couple of times.
I see they trying to get the authentic LA swag because they got Dub C coaching them on how to talk and.
Because they're getting all the motherfuckers from England.
Yeah, dude's from England. The main dude, Saint is from England, so he got a whole accent like I might, like one of those type of teeth trumpets, crumpets and shit, crumpets and teeth.
Them British bulldogs.
Trumpets and tea. He one of those type of dudes, but
Idris.
That's another to us, like African Americans here.
Right.
You go way up there and go to London and get an actor to play.
They go get the British dude.
The blackest. They want the blackest
You know what I'm
dude.
saying? And then train them instead of getting a talented nigga off of Vermont. You feel me? Like that him, Idris, and the nigga from All American. That's the other motherfucker.
Oh, he's another?
Yeah, remember I asked Kareem Grimes, I was like, you don't be pissed off that these motherfuckers and then
It's no disrespect, but it's like a smack in the American black African American
artistic form face. Shit.
Yeah, so that's
when you and Free gonna put your own shit together, man, give them the authentic.
I'm actually working. We were both working on one. I think Rick's out. He's just telling his part of the story, what happened. I'm telling mine from a different point of view. Like, yeah, I did do this in in the say 80s. Sold drugs all my life, but the good thing about this, I'm the president of a production company. I do real films and shit. Mark Wahlberg is my partner. Penny Marshall.
Yeah,
So my story. Yeah, I went to prison. I did that, but guess what? Guess what I'm doing right now? I produce movies. I got movies that I've seen and they didn't even know it's me.
Wow.
I got a big production company. You know, they didn't been to the production company 20,000 square feet or 25,000 square feet. But that's, people don't talk about that.
Right.
It's just all the negative shit. You put my name, it's gonna say, you know, Compton, Crip and all that shit.
Right.
Talk about the movies that I produce. Talk about the movies that I'm doing right now. That's the shit we should be talking about. Show these kids like all the positive stuff I've did since I came home.
Right,
I done started programs. I done had 3 youth centers, Compton, Watts, and South Central, that I opened.
And you raised the $500,000 to try to rebuild Compton.
I raised $500,000 because everybody that was coming home couldn't get a job, all, you know, Crips and Pyru. So what I did, I ended up starting a construction company. Nobody wanted to hire them, so I raised the money and I paid the dudes out of my pocket to start rebuilding Compton. So I did the whole program with Mark Wahlberg and Netflix behind me, the city of Compton, youth centers, all that, and they denied me and shit.
Wow, well, even with Mark on it?
Man,
wow.
Look, I'm filming already. I'm filming. I have filmed like 6 months, but I still have to get the approval from the city. In the city, and you talking about Crips and Pyrus, like I started a program in Compton called Compton Empower, where I put Crips and Pyrus together. We start off with 4, ended up being over 1,500. Gang violence, this 5 years ago. No gang violence in the city of Compton. This program is like, I went straight to founders who started this shit all the way to the youngsters. So I'm telling you, it's 1,500. So I ended up having a celebrity baseball game with Crips and Pyrus playing on the same team. Wow. There's 5,000 people there. This shit, Obama and everybody calling me, like, but the city of Compton denied this shit. Not the mayor. The mayor was with me, and the current mayor was like 2. It was the vote was 3-2. I ended up losing. Ended up losing the deal with nothing. Ended up losing the whole shit. This 4 years ago. So, you know, a lot of shit is political.
Been changed since then.
Yeah, you know, the gang violence in Compton, I think that was like 3 to 4 murders. Like, that's it.
It was low.
And when
so it was
we
positive.
about dudes that was killing each other in the streets every day.
They don't
we
want
hugging
that.
And this shit take off. It's called Compton Rising. It's a big impact, not just on Compton, Watts, all over the world. You seeing Crips and Pyrus who damn near shit. We talking about Pyrus that wasn't nothing but a street in Compton. We talking about all the Pyrus.
Right, the originals.
So we talking about the original, everybody hugging, getting along. Like this pictures, like this shit ain't like if I made this shit up, people wouldn't believe it. But this is real stuff that went on. Like you go to CNN and check this, like man, he had this stuff going on and didn't get no support.
So a lot of the work you do, and it seems like from what I'm listening to, you trying to change the narrative. And do you tap in with a lot of the youngsters though, like of the age of do you got some key knuckleheads that you got on your team that can kind of get the message to the knuckleheads? That's what we got.
This is how I started the whole program. Every dude from Compton, every Crip and Pyru who has some kind of pool in their neighborhood, you got to go back and get your youngsters and bring them in here.
That's what we need.
That shit works so good. Like when I'm telling you, we only start with 4.
Yeah.
And I'm talking about Dave, Ducky, Gangsta, all of us in there. I'm the president of this shit, so I'm talking about dudes whose names is know the in their name. So I put every dude from each neighborhood, you know, this what y'all got to do. So everybody bit into what we doing. So when I'm telling you, there's only 4 people, and it ended up being 1,500 to 2,000 Crips and Pyrus that we met in a say 20,000, 30,000 square building. We met and had meetings every Tuesday and Thursday. Like we had everything. The secretary, like some shit. Like if this go across right, we going to the A track. We going to 60. Man, this is the formula. This is what we got to do. We got to rebuild our own city and bring the youngsters with us.
Yeah, because I asked that because a lot of the young homies and me like y'all be talking that shit, but y'all don't be reaching out to us. Y'all just get on these podcasts and hot mouth about us, but y'all ain't even actually coming over to say nothing to us and invite us to give up. And I had to give him. I didn't have no answer for him because he had me on that. I'm like, you're right. I haven't reached out to a nigga under 25 to see, because you got some that's born in, so they know the specifics of this shit. And everybody they just ain't getting hollered at like that, and they feeling like, okay, y'all want to whoop it. that narrative got to get addressed in order to really get them in. By you going from 4 to 1,500, somebody was reaching some young niggas. You know what I'm saying? I'm on South Central side. It's very difficult over here.
Yeah, but also you have to look at it that on this social media, you got a lot of people talking street business that can't even walk the streets that they talking about. That's the problem. That's more important.
Yeah.
That's entertainment, acting, and rapping. So I to the ground, cameras not around. We interact with the young, the old, no murders that don't happen, no shit that don't happen on the internet, social media. We can't reach out and touch like AT&T.
You feel me?
So we relate to the youngsters. We ain't up here for sound bites and likes.
Right,
We trying to save a young man lives. We trying to get up and return the narrative. I did 30-something years in prison, survived 50 years of gang banging. So we up here with a purpose, and our mission ain't to sit up here and brag about it. It is what it is. We come from an era when it was telephone and tell a nigga, way before social media, young man.
Right.
So we don't want the youths of the day or tomorrow to go through the things that we through, because we can't change our past, but we can let today be a new beginning to a new in your life.
Facts.
So that's the message that I brought up here, to where their stories can be told, what we got going on to get back to the community, because so many times we hearing these guys with negative narrative, want to, they smoke a lot, but they want to, I want the smoke. Sometimes you might not want that smoke.
Right.
Man, I'm telling you, karma is a menuless menu that serves what
Everybody.
you deserve.
And it open 24/8, period. That motherfucking karma shop is open.
355 days a year. You
And that motherfucker come like a thief in the night. You don't know when that bitch gonna hit, and it's gonna hit 10 times fold. So whatever you threw out, it's gonna come back. I'm talking about negative karma. Like, okay, great karma, you're gonna get some good karma. I'm talking about negative karma, gonna hit your ass hard. I remember being out just doing out shit, you know what I mean, just wilding, you know what I mean, and then boom, happened to me. I end up getting shot though. You know, like the karma gonna come, period. It's gonna come, but that's me, you know what I mean, doing my wild shit, duct taping, tying niggas up, pistol whipping shit, robbing home invasions. It came back to me, to where it happened to me, but it happened worse, because I ended up getting shot. You know what I mean? Same shit, pistol with all the other shit I did to everybody, but I got shot. So that karma is a motherfucker, period. Watch it, man. One more question I ask. I know it's a question and just a revelation to me. I think that when OGs like the originals, when they had that whole Reagan shit, you know what I mean, in the 80s, when they was just wiping us all out, the 80s and the early 90s, when they came and they was doing hits, you know what I mean, when the crack era was going down, they was just arresting everybody getting 20, 30, 40 years. All our leaders getting killed, you know what I mean, the Black Power movement, you know what I mean, Huey P. Newton's, Jeff Ford, I mean, all the people getting knocked down. So all our influences that gave us the game, you know what I mean, the second generation, not third, but second generation of game. We was able to, you know what I mean, come with the game and really stay by the rules and keep it going. But when it goes into the late 90s, into the 2000s, now everybody becomes entertainers and whatnot, and they're not giving the game to the streets. Everybody done figured a way how to streets, and now they, you know, tapping back in with the youngsters and telling them the do's and the don'ts. So it becomes a renegade. Like it's like, you know what I mean? There's no rules. It's like off of any, like it ain't no rules out there. Period. It ain't no laws, no G code, no nothing. Nobody ain't getting discipline. It ain't no discipline. You know what I mean? It's just all out whatever a motherfucker could do, and that comes from them purposely. I think they purposely did. That's why you got one down right now where the youngsters just knocking each other off. You know, the guidance was taken away from us. How you guys feel about that?
You want to answer that? Go ahead.
Well, I'm gonna give you a little bit of what we got going on right now. It's gonna touch up with what Melvin's talking about. It's gonna touch up with what Chico's talking about. We're producing right now a film called, and my company is Platinum City Golden West Entertainment, and the World Epidemic, Chico is actually one of the executive producers of this film, as well as Eugene Yasagarian standing behind you. And Melvin is one of the main dudes in the film, going in and out, as well as Yuck. Yuck is up in there too.
Yada one
So
time.
just
Shameless plug, mate.
Yeah, just to let you guys know, we have all the OGs pretty much. We don't have all of them. I don't want to disrespect nobody, but we have the OGs that's out there working it. You know, shouts out to Coach, shouts out to Taco, shouts out to Nico, Tone, Rockhead, Cutes. It's so many of them, as well as Melvin, Chico. You know, it's so many of them that's in this film. Ice-T, who got the Chill. Oh, it's so many. Yeah.
Freeway Rig, the 5-footers, Trey D, Sergeant Dorsey. We got a whole list,
and it goes on and on
till the break of dawn.
Minister Tony Muhammad. But
when is this gonna drop, man? The youngsters need this, man.
Well, see, this is the thing. Just like with what you're talking about. Wow. In this film, we actually are going to a lot of the different communities in South Central. We're going to have private meetings with different gang teams, and we're going to let them voice their opinion. And there's no right or wrong answer, because in order for us to fix this thing, we got to listen to them and see what they want, what they feel, because they got some answers for you. You know what I'm saying? Whether you want them or not, they got answers. So we have to listen to those answers, and then we have to figure out a way as a village and come together and fix the problems together. And you know, it ain't just about what we want or what we think.
And also, to reiterate it, this isn't about games. I call them, because a lot of times we have and give these gangs, Crips and Bloods labels. I don't do that. I just call them community influence. Your broader base.
Right.
Be law enforcement, political arena. Everybody's a community influencers, one way or the other. So it's not just about the streets and the gangs. It's also about the parents who lost one that might be the suspect. He's lost his life going to jail, but we also have the victim, where we end up knowing the family member. So we also advocate justice for them, trauma to this nature, because of the conditions. So it's not just one-sided, it's universally, because when you look at, it's important that he said the Black Village. I host a class Mondays and Wednesdays with a 3 ordained minister. I'm the only one that's never read the Bible. I never opened it to this day, and you can get that free in prison. But anyway, they picked me on there to where we teach 6 to 8 o'clock, and it's just an honor because she taught me. She said, "Mel, I could have made it strengthening the black family." She said, "No, I want it to be strengthening the black village because it take a village
to raise
a community."
Hell yeah.
So then also when you look at the word community, you see the first word is com, short for common. Mm-hmm. Then the last word come with common community is UNITY. Unity.
Wow.
So
Unity
until
right
we
up in
get
here.
unity over uniformity, which is what we have going out. Got Crips, Bloods, they uniformity, they got the same politics, but until we unite, we're gonna always be considered a gang, as opposed to right now, they're a brand. They're not a gang, they're a brand.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Everybody, whether it be GDs, growth and developments, Vice Lords, but now we want to turn that negativity to positivity.
Yeah.
We want these youth to go from tax burdens.
Didn't they like incorporate or trademark the Crips, the name?
That was.
They did something like what they do?
Back in the day, that was in the 80s, though. Then the short line that incorporated the Crips.
Then up recently, you had Crip LLC.
Crip LLC, the right when Nip died.
I
all
was
that shit.
with was getting that mixed up with Killer Mike's. They were getting that mixed up with Killer Mike's, but I knew the young lady that was running in Flack. Through her is how I got on Vlad television, where they thought I was gonna be talking about Crip LLC. And that's, I can say it now, that was Tia Gold that was behind that. So I already knew what was going on with that. And that was a little argument with Sam and the Marathon slogan. All that. That's probably the one that you're talking about most recently.
Right. Yeah, that's the one I was talking about.
It's crazy.
But like you said, it became a brand. I want to talk about the days of when Raymond Washington, when the days of Huey P. Newton, when it was about, you know, protecting the neighborhood. Like a lot of kids don't even know it started like that. Or did it?
Huey P. Newton and all them, those were Black Panthers. They was revolutionary, 65, 66, the Watts Rise, this prior to the Crips and coming out and formating as the Crips. That started in 69 on the east side with Raymond Washington. I'm from the west side. We come out in 71, Tookie and all us from the west side. We had Compton. So you had a different ideology in the 60s. They were civil rights, for their rights, standing up, feeding the community, programs, because their theory was that if you feed a person, they have more tendency to lead to you. That's where you heard about all the programs, the Breakfast, Jeff Fort, Larry Hoover, those type of gangs back then. Help the community. Now, in Los Angeles, when they started turning into individual street gangs, and that's a big difference between a political gang and a street gang. You had the Slaussons, the businessmen, Manchester Park Boys. So you've always had gangs in the LA, Compton, Watts, these inner cities, these pockets of poverty, as Obama called them, or Trump had infested, but they still talking about the community that I come up in, he come up in, go up in, or, you know, where we've been down in the mud.
They trying to gentrify shit, kick us out. They trying to buy our shit up.
They buying us out.
Yeah, for
so
real.
When the Crips and Bloods came in, there was a void in there. That's when the opposition counterpole or whatever, Centerpole or whatever they call it.
COINTELPRO. Yeah, COINTELPRO.
They infiltrated the Black Panthers, the Huey Newtons, and all them. But people would think because they infiltrated them, that carried over and they started. Nah, that ain't how that was. We started where we didn't know what we was doing at 14. Me, Michael Conception, Barefoot Pookie, Tookie, JaVale, Raymond Washington.
Shout out Mike.
And all them, yeah, a whole lot of us.
Rest in peace, Tookie.
No was getting into at the time to where it would be 50 years later and it's a global thing. It just was something that we just watched it grow and grow and grow and grow and grow until it turned into a culture, you know, from hip-hop, John Singleton, and everybody's profiting off this culture that a lot of guys didn't even mean to do what they did, and it gives and shines a bad light on us to where, you know, they do it on purpose. The reputations they trying to get, we trying to get rid of.
They never thought one of the original founding members of the culture would get a Nobel Peace Prize and then turn around. The whole world, y'all started as just some young niggas spinning off of what's going on up there, but LA shit a little different, so it's like, I had to explain that shit to one of my kids, like, they didn't know, like, everything now, but then when they started, wasn't looking at it like that, you just doing what you do. And then, like I say, you see the passion, you look at it, the world can be, like I told nigga, everybody can wear a khaki suit but us now.
Facts.
Everybody, you know what I'm saying? LA nigga put a khaki suit on, it's a problem. Motherfucking Atlanta put it on, this shit swag.
It's swag.
Spicy. And
it's the brand.
It's
the
shit.
brand now.
You know what I'm saying? We put it on, we about to case the joint.
I mean. They can put on all these other states, they can sit up in there and dress and imitate and have written on there, I'm a killer this, I'm a do that, I represent that. But that game don't fly down here in LA.
Right.
It don't work like that. So a lot of times this image and acting that you see on here, man, it plays a big role in a lot of people getting killed, the misuse of social media. You know, it's a shame to where you can see kids, people getting killed on their live.
On the
Everybody-
live.
on there,
IG
but
live.
the part is, when you put somebody's song or record up there from Spotify and ain't got their permission, you know that song shouldn't be on there, and they'll cut your whole dang
cut
video
your whole live off
within 10 to 15 seconds.
But they'll let
the
the shooting go down.
But they'll let the shootings and everything be. You can go find out who was murdered more quicker on the internet than you can waiting on the police
They
to come
flagged
to
my
you.
barbecue because I'm listening to Marvin Gaye, but you gonna watch a young man phone with his partner on my mama.
Gaye or somebody on there,
Yeah.
they gonna,
they take it off.
No, they gonna ban it.
Oh yeah, they're gonna give you a
make it
strike.
Go live for 70 days.
They'll give you a strike. For real.
But this the difference too. Back when we was gangbanging, say the 70s, 80s, like Crip walking wasn't fashionable. There's no, people ain't going around dancing like this. This is what to do. You know, when I came home, I seen white kids sea walking and shit.
Whoa. You like, hold up, swole up. Who the fuck and what the
And I
fuck?
seen, I'm at Penny Marshall, like, hey, Chris Mullen's son come out. Chris Mullen, the
From the
basketball player.
Warriors?
And Penny, like, Chico, what is this sea walk stuff? I'm like, what you mean sea walk? He sea walking, he crip walking, and he was like, oh, this the new dance I learned. He's a rich kid. Wow. From the Bay Area, crip walking in the city. I take Penny Marshall to watch, to buy a tape to show her what this dance is, because they didn't understand what. They
I
didn't
want Penny Marshall is out there. Laverne and motherfucking Shirley, the real Penny.
Penny Marshall.
Penny
Penny
Marshall.
Marshall was one of my best friends before she passed. I was there when she passed, but
Rest
being
in peace.
over her
I
house,
know who that is. He talking about.
being
when he
at her
say
house,
Penny.
being at her house, left her house in Hollywood Hills to go to Watts to get a tape about crip walking. This before you can get on Google and all that shit. and get
Right,
the
you
shit.
had to really get the
so I had to go get
VHS.
a DVD.
Right.
To show her what crip walking is. And now you see that shit like a fashionable dance. Like if we did trademark 40 years, we all be rich. If we trademark a blue rag, if we trademark a sea hat, we'd be filthy rich. If we trademark crip walking, we'd be filthy. Because every Swahili, I get text messages from Swahili talking about Crips and Piru situation, man. That's like, damn, this shit went from when you can recognize.
That's
Back then,
Swahili.
we wore red and we wore blue. You can identify who was a Crip and a Piru and who's blood. Now you can't even tell a difference.
Nuh-uh. Crips don't even wear blue no more.
Let me show you.
What's wear red right now?
Yeah, that's because Crips kill Crips and Bloods
Kill Bloods,
so
man. That was my question, man. When did it turn to Crips killing? Did it start off like that? Crips killing Crips and Bloods?
Never started off like that.
Okay, yeah. Give me the signs, man.
Well, I can speak for the West Side. When we started, we were united. That's the difference when we started. East side, Compton, we come united.
All up under the sea, up under the Crip.
Under the Crip, there wasn't no sets.
Right. This is all blue.
East side, wasn't even no colors then, young man.
Oh, it wasn't even colors?
No, we wearing cross earrings. That's how you knew what the Crips was. Everybody would dress the same. The Brims might wear one cuff up, one cuff down. AC Deuces might have the hats with the ace and the deuce cards in them. So there was colors at this time. There was no 60s. There was no sets. Everything east side, west side, Compton Crips. Then Tookie, 72. Tookie moved to Compton out there with y'all running the boys home and all that. That's when the West Side broke into sets. Gangsta Crips, In Hood, 111, T. Rogers, and them, Black P. Stone, Van Ness Boys, I-9, Pyrus, which had been there, AC Deuces, Nuts, Figueroa Boys, just all of them, Raymond Avenue, Watergate. They started breaking into sets, but they were still unified. on the
Right.
West side.
Right.
Then Hoovers came out on the west side. They borderline. West side, east side. They were
Right in the middle.
so they
Okay.
would go that's when things started little kind of like skirmishes, but it usually was internal. But then a murder happened. Big Rick's brother, Tyrone, got slain 1979. And that's a pivotal year in this game because that's also the year Tookie got arrested in February, for which he never came back home when he got executed in life unjustly. But also Raymond Washington was slain August of that. So
79 is a pivot,
and
yeah.
then also I want to say my homeboy, they forget also Calloway, rest in peace. He also, Melvin Bloodstone. And so things were still cool until 1980. And in fact, that's when got shot by somebody from their side. That's when things really actually changed. Because I got arrested 79 for a jewelry store robbery and was sent to prison. So me, Tookie, all us was in there at the beginning in 1979. The same guy that told on Tookie, that got him arrested, ended up telling on me and told him at the jewelry store.
Oh,
so that's when the division came in. So you have the groups that are on what they do now, they all came in, Crip killing, blood killing, or whatever. When we come in, we was as a unified group, and also we have always had, a race that try to kill blacks. You got an organization from every race that will kill a black because of the color of our skin, but we only kill each other in the areas that they in.
Right.
But when you go to prison, it's a whole different ballgame.
That's what I was gonna say. My dad, rest in peace, my dad was BGF. So you speaking Swahili, I mean, you talking Swahili, they speak Swahili, you know what I mean? In jail, and they unified. Everybody, it was real race wars in there. You know what I mean? The Mexican card, you got the Aryan card, you got the Asian card, you got the black card, you got the Latin card, you gotta be down, you know what I mean, period. Fight Lord, everybody got their back against the wall together. So that's my question. How can all be unified and come, enemies fighting back to back, gotta protect each other, then come out of jail and be back enemies?
You want to answer that? I mean, my situation.
Because he's a federal president.
Yeah,
you
yeah.
got to distinguish.
It's a different
No,
state.
not the Fed. I'm talking about the pen. The pen.
They California
pen,
call.
not
I'm
the
talking about
Fed.
there, yeah.
Now, I tell you about the politics, the BGF, the CCOs, the Blue Notes, the Vanguards, the Ant Brotherhoods, the Mexican Mafia, the Northern Familias, the unorthodox, the Orthodox, Muslims. Because what happened was, when the Crips and Bloods started coming in there was a big 20-year war that started. Because now you got the BGF, and they've been in there pro that they've been hearing about all since 72, 73, 74, 75, but we 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. So we didn't really start going into the prison. And when we first got there, it got so bad with the BGF and the Mexican Mafia to where you had to shower with your clothes on. You couldn't go into the shower with your clothes off because if they see you with your clothes off coming in there. The first time I ever heard of a BGF, they had sent a guy down from San Quentin because they controlled the movement at that time to where they could have you transferred, write out fake ducats, slide you notes, because we had been YA babies, YTS, Preston, D. Whip Nelson, O.H. Clothing, Carl
Cut him up.
Clothing,
Cut his mic up.
and all this stuff.
That's.
And then a BGF came down from San Quentin, and he stabbed a police named Johnny. And it was me, Russell Capers, Guy Walker from Compton, Meaty, Donald Ray brother, we
Russell
all
Capers.
in E-Weeds.
Big homie.
And that was my first time hearing about the BGF where they don't want to stab the police. And BGF tell me, he say, Melvin, you too fly of a guy to in here, let me tell you, your ass gonna wear out before this fence will wear out. And that was the first time I ever heard of a BGF. And then after that, the next thing I learned about was the Aryan Brotherhood. This when you could wear the Confederate flag. They got the red and white tile carpet, and they had a song they played before when they racked them gates to where the gates be the bell that we learned about the hard way. They were playing a song called Doom by Eddie, whatever his name was, Money. So they got their next tie, hooping and hollering, talking that nigga shit, cause a black don't want to stab the white police. See how this game go? So at this time, I ain't nothing but 20, 21. And they talking, hollering out what they gonna do. You hearing knives sharpening that night, the metal on the floor. And we don't know, we young. But I know when the gate on and popping, and that's how, and not even talking about San Quentin, the CCOs, when Tookie them, the Blue Notes, the Vanguards, the Black Coats, and California is one of the only prisons that segregate. You don't get to celly up with mixed races. So once we go and touch the prison yard, even in juvenile, it's segregated. So even if blacks were together, just hold their arms, keep them. Just don't point at each other, because you're gonna still have other races that will kill us because of the color of our skin.
Back.
So we need to just fall back off each other. We ain't got to be huggy hug and be friends, but you know, we can fall back and respect each other.
We can fall back and respect each other.
Just fall back, man. Just
That's
fall
it.
back.
Just fall back.
Fall back.
Fall back.
That's
Just fall
dope.
back.
That's
Ain't
dope.
nobody gonna ever be at peace when they love and lost.
Yeah.
That's why I don't like using the word peace so much in these type of negotiations, because who gonna be at peace?
When their loved ones is
Loved
lost.
ones.
I got one question for you, and I know they want. How did you go that many years? You said you never read the Bible or even opened that book until.
I still ain't open.
Wow.
When I open that Bible, and you can get a Bible quicker than you can a piece of water.
That's in the room, the hotels, that
give it to
motherfucker
you
all
when
over the
I
place.
did 30-something years in prison. Issue you a Bible.
Oh, my mom.
Because
know why?
you ain't gonna go and say, oh,
To control
homeboy.
you.
Yeah, no.
Control
Be
you.
praying to when you got a life sentence. I
Oh, off
promise
top.
you, you're gonna be saying, oh God, give me
That was your
one
motive for
more
not
chance.
opening?
No, I wasn't living by the word of God.
That's what I want to hear.
Yeah, I wasn't living. I didn't
Right.
know God, but like right now. See, I got a living testimony. We all do, because to have a testimony, you have to be tested. When I opened that Bible, it was in a hole where all you got is the Bible to read.
Man,
But when
that's
I
all they had in
opened
the
that
hole.
Bible, I was using that blank piece of paper to roll up
Roll some
tobacco,
roll up
to roll up weed, to make sure they
Banana
got
leaf.
no writing on it to where that ink don't get up on my
Yeah,
smoke.
get up on
That
your
back
smoke.
straight page is a pack of
so it ain't
zigzags.
nothing. So imagine I'm going to school to be a preacher or reverend. So when I do open this Bible, it's gonna be a whole different ball game.
Right.
Because at the end of the day, you know, we'll think we that tough guy when all the time it was God that was giving you a chance to where you at. So I learned the power of respect, and that's how I move now, man.
Man,
my mama.
that's a good one, man. That's a good one. I think that God uses all of us as a vessel, or like the movement that y'all got going in the neighborhoods, the youth centers and stuff, is what people need. You know what I mean? The OGs really telling the youngsters like, yo, together, let's figure it out. You know what I mean? Let's get past it. Let's get a bag. Let's incorporate. Let's do this, that, and the third. Woo, 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 woo. God put us out here to spread the message, you know what I mean, to spread the message of love. I think y'all all, you know what I mean, are used by God, including us, you know what I mean, to spread the message that we spread, you know. You can make a positive out of negative, you know what I mean, like you did all your time in the feds, but look how you came out, movie product, youth centers, you know what I mean, all types of stuff that you're doing for the youth and trying to make shit right, that you was doing for it right. You really rehabilitated yourself, came out with a mission to try to make sure that other people don't follow your. You know what I mean? So that's the whole shit. I think they think that there's no rehabilitation in prison. You know, they think that it just fucks you all over. But you got brother Malcolm X that came out, who was red before he went in, came out as Malcolm X and was the most, you know what I mean, one of the biggest black leaders that we had in history. You know what I mean? So rehabilitation does work. turn a negative to a positive, man. When I went to jail for a year, that's how I became a rapper. The whole shit, I had too much time to think. I prayed. I did open the Bible, I prayed. And I wasn't no hell of a rapper at all. I could rhyme words, but when I prayed, I became a hell of a rapper. Like, that shit just started hitting me, the energy. And came with the whole idea, the Looney Tunes, the logo, everything. Got out of jail, and boom, was successful with this shit. Got the deal, everything. And it all started in jail. And I had that time to sit down and really plan some shit out. I would have been still in the streets wiggling, trying to be the next kingpin from, you know what I mean? Instead of sitting down and like trying to figure out a way to get from doing the same shit, keep going in and out of jail. I figured this out as a juvenile, like, now we need to do something different, and God blessed me. So that time sitting down, it changed my life. I don't think if I wouldn't have sat down, you would have the shit that we doing right now, period.
Yeah, let me the jail situation. I'm actually going film in prison about next month and a half, because I have one of my little homeboys who's doing 3 life sentence, and you know, me talking to him on the phone. He's been in it like 24 years, but he started a program in jail called Rehabilitation. And what he did, you know, I'm talking to him on the phone, and so he telling me the story, like how this happened for him to get 3 bodies. And the story started off like this: this is how I become in this film. Like, you know, Chico, when I was young, when I was 14 years old, you know, I used to go around the corner, I seen you, and I seen all the money you had. I wanted to be like you. So when he said he wanted to be like me, he wanted to become a drug dealer. He became that drug dealer. So him and 3 of my other little homeboys, you know, they was, at the time, they 14, they began to selling drugs in Colorado. So they catch 3 bodies, they got 3 life sentences. His whole thing today is reimagine, how do I turn this whole, everything I did with the 3 bodies, how can I make this negative into a positive? So what I'm doing now, I'm going back into prison, talking about how I changed my life and how he's changed his life to get the dudes who got, you know, less than 3 years to go through this program, and we teaching them skills. If it's computer skills, whatever the skill training that we doing for when the dudes be prepared when they come home. Like everything that we do in life, you know, there's consequences.
Right.
Me selling drugs all around the country, there's consequences.
Right.
That I know about. So when somebody now selling some drugs, I'm telling you, your time is short. If you game back, time is short. So I don't think, like, when we was growing up, people wasn't telling us this. We didn't know about. We didn't know about the crack law. Like, it wasn't even no such thing as a crack law.
There wasn't no 3 strikes, none of that shit.
Strike. So when somebody like us come back and tell you this is what's gonna happen to you, you know, if I'd have told my little homeboy, like, look, man, look, this was gonna happen. You're going to prison, or you're gonna get a 3 life sentence. So now it's like going back into the prison and teaching these dudes, like, look, man, this was gonna happen when you get a second chance. You come home, you know, you be productive. And the whole program that we started in Compton wasn't just for us telling them not to do. We make sure that we employ these dudes so they can have, you know, a way of living, a way to take care of their family when they come home.
Because once you're a felon, you can't get a job.
Can't get a job.
They don't hire felons. So if you come out with your own trade, you can start your own business.
Business, exactly.
You don't need a motherfucking somebody to hire you.
Man, you know, like, if I didn't do what I did, you know, shit, I'd have got back in the game. It's no about it. How do you sustain this law? You know, the whole thing is like, how do you sustain your living? If you been shopping on Rodale all your life, that's all you know. If I'm spending all this money, you know, I'm wearing shit people didn't even talk about. I'm talking about shit that people wear now. I was wearing back in the 70s and 80s, you know what I'm saying? Right. So I was going to the Bijan store. I was wearing Versace when people were, Biggie wasn't even thinking about this shit. I was wearing that shit. So how do you go back to be just, you know, you got to educate yourself what you want in life, what you want for your family is like, you know, if you want to continue to sell drugs, this is what's going to happen. You're getting a life sentence, just straight up.
I ain't gonna lie, I turned another negative into a positive. We were selling dope. I got out of jail, I had to go back to the streets, shit wasn't working. But I turned the dope deal into a record deal. Because the nigga that was selling us dope had a record company, and I busted the rap for him and shit, the rest signed and shit. We did the 5 on it and all that shit, but yeah, it came from that. We turned the dope deal into a record deal. Negative into a positive.
That's what we got to teach the youngsters that's coming out. Like, we know this shit is watered down. It ain't like when we grew up. We know, like, in the 80s, it's 85, 86, in L.A. alone, we was having 1,600, 1,700 murders a year in 1985, 86, 87.
That's before motherfuckers had the fullies out there like that. That was like handguns.
Hey, war.
That was handgun days, like
the shit
revolvers.
That's the shit we was going
and
through.
gauges and shit. Revolvers and gauges. They ain't had the motherfucking Glock out yet that could hold none of that shit. None of the automatics that just bust the fofos. They had the fofo long boy, the Dirty Harrys, the Python hunters and shit like that, the big long noses and shit. They had a Tommy. Y'all had that Tommy. Y'all could pull that Tommy out.
You know, it's the hard thing though. Like he just said, like Melvin just said, like when you do to put that down, but his brother got killed.
That's what I was gonna ask y'all. Like, it's hard when the blood in my neighborhood, so much blood shed. Like we the Ville. You know, Lil D, Felix Mitchell. That's my neighborhood. You know what I mean? So
Lil D good.
Yeah. So boom, I'm from 65th. 69th, it's like, you know what I mean, Nicholson, I don't know if all one project, but it's two sides. But we all came together, we all hustling, it's like just being all Crips. You know what I mean? Something happened down this side beefing with that side.
Yeah.
And niggas been knocking each other down from the fucking 90s till now. Period. And then you try to get these peace treaties and shit, bring people together, and it's like, there's too many people got killed, too much bloodshed. You know, and
these fallbacks.
Kids done grown up.
These
people, kids done got grown that got killed. And they want blood. They ain't listening to no treaties, and they got some real push, you know what I mean? So, yeah, they just as dangerous, or probably more, you know what I mean? They talking about, I ain't listening to nobody. I'm splitting niggas about, you know what I mean? So it's a whole nother factor that we gotta face too, you know?
You know, it's easy to clean up water. You can wipe that up, but when blood spill, it leaves a stain. And that's what happens here. That stain doesn't come up. So a lot of times, like you just said, in this game, particularly when the killing, because a lot of people don't know the difference between a gang banger and a gang member. See, those two are not the same. You got gang members and you got gang bangers. It ain't but a 10% of those that are the body snatchers. So what can happen when people talk about, he a gang member at 45 or 50. Hell, his goddamn child might have got killed when he was 45 or 50. Turn his ass gang banger. Because I don't give a damn who killed my son. That's why I just, a lot of times, put these titles onto these situations to where you create that. That's why I don't believe in the term peace, because nobody's never gonna be at peace when they're loved ones. But hey, man, we can fall back, and a lot of times, particularly nowadays, half this shit is over a girl.
I was about to say,
half this shit ain't
gang related.
It ain't gang related, it's lame related. Man. That's what the hell it is, some lame ass shit.
All this shit all boils down to a bitch, my nigga. Yeah. Somebody fucking a nigga bitch and somebody got mad and...
A penniless pimp and a homeless hoe, that gonna make for a fucked up relationship.
A penniless pimp and a homeless hoe go always...
make up for a fucked up relationship.
I'm doing your ad-libs for your next album.
Remember that shit. Like Betty White, how about that? That's how we gonna do tonight. We just gonna toss it, man.
Just did a record.
Yeah, you just did that.
So hold on, Mel.
No, that's your boy. That's your boy. I ain't got nothing.
Hey, what's up, man?
We gotta ask you one more thing before we get up out of here, man.
Where we going, man?
You got the internet, like you say. I don't only think it's just the internet. I think that the record labels are pumping this negative vibe too. You got the record labels playing all this music on the radio, talking about kill, kill, shoot, pop, all these drugs and shit, all these guns. This shit is on the radio. Like literally. And then you got those people on social media, of course. You got the personalities and shit that just pumping negative shit and just only promoting that. And you bumped heads with one of them dudes, you know what I mean, that really had a lot to say about gang banging, talking about he gonna snitch and rat on everybody and F gang bangers and this, that, and the third. The Charleston White Cat, man. How did you even come across? I really know each other, like it was some personal shit or something.
We know each other very well. Charleston White came to me, I got videos and all that, came to meet me up at St. Andrews Park in about 2018 and 19. He had been following me on social media, and he came up to St. Andrews Park, and hey man, Melvin, I wanted to meet you, I want to manage you. He came. In fact, I got all video live and stuff like that. So, you know, a lot of people, you know, they come to LA or whatever to meet and check in and call it, you know, getting official.
Right.
And making it official. They come and they touching. It might be Piru Street, Elm Street, Fruittown, Compton, from the alleys to the valleys, from Inglewood. You know how
Oh, my mama, you know.
Quick question.
What's understood.
Did he introduce himself as a gang member?
Nah.
Okay, cool.
When he came, something had happened to where they were getting into it in Fort Worth with some crip shit, a little something like that. But now you got to, this is 2018. So then me and him started talking. And I said, you know what, youngster? You gonna manage me, I'm gonna manage you. I'm gonna help you, you gonna help me. I said, that's how we'll do it. So I started taking him around. The past week up to St. Andrews Park. If I'm not,
And that ain't no easy park to go.
No, it ain't no
Motherfucker,
easy park
please,
to
nigga.
walk up in there.
I can't go to St. Andrews, nigga. How the fuck?
No, man,
so
please.
because of that, he got locked in. Then when Nipsey Hussle incident happened,
Rest in
that
peace to
was
Nip.
me that got him into Nipsey Hussle's at the Staples Center. He go with me.
And then the disrespect after that.
Oh, and yeah.
Like, what the
but
fuck?
it's easy to say what you say. Everybody around, you on the internet and ain't nobody there. So,
But if he would have said that at the funeral, it would have been a different
but
story.
what's going on? See, one thing about this game, people can tell lies, and you can control the narrative when somebody ain't there. And so people look at this shit like it's a game or something where, oh, what this nigga say, not just him.
Everybody.
Period.
Right.
Niggas go unfact check, always sitting alone by themselves, where nobody can fact check them, where they can overtalk you, say what they want and laugh and clown, but these same cats ain't walking the streets nowhere.
They not at no local
Not
red light.
alone. They miserable.
Right.
See, we can walk around.
Right. They gotta hide. They gotta
got
get
to
security
hide,
and shit.
Float here,
Sneak
float
in,
there,
sneak out.
and all this shit. So no, me and him knew each other very well. And then what happened? I think he thought he was gonna be part of Gangster Chronicle.
Okay.
And
Shout out Steele and
right,
Mob
because
James.
I got
Shout
video
out
where
Steele
he's
and
saying
Mob.
he with Gangster Chronicle Southwest, and I asked Mob B, Mob James, man, did you think about it? And he told me that was a lie, and a lot of things. So no, we bumped heads, but let me tell you about the night that happened at Boss Talk. I wasn't even going on.
Yeah, boss talk, man.
Yeah.
That's when I seen you about to flash on that. No, you flashed on them.
Yeah.
I think you about to put hands on them. They cut the camera
I
off.
gotta check that one out. I
Yeah,
ain't know
so
nothing about
what
that.
happened was,
I gotta check that out.
Charleston had actually introduced me to Boss Talk. Boss Talk was coming out here to LA, and a lot of times they come to me for plugs, not just him. John Skorowski, when I did Love and Hip Hop with Apple Watts and
Shout out Yo-Yo
to
Fearless.
them.
Shout out to OG
I did
Yo-Yo.
Vlad TV, numerous shows I've done over the course of 25, 30 years, and that like that. So that's how he got up into that, and then after that, he went and got to talking crazy to get attention, because I had just went and did a show with him, with Christopher. I had promoted him and brought him in the game. And so, you know, he see that sell and things like that. And that's how that went. But he'd do some foul shit. He went and told the police on me, and I told him Marvin, talking about we getting guns, things of this nature.
Whoa.
Also, he had told on Go Yayo. And I don't understand how we got this game to where people can tell you I'm a snitch or I'm... And it's nothing to what you do, but we stay in our lane to where we doing what we doing. We don't even address him or nothing else. He can do what he want to do. But for us, we gonna keep our line pushing, man. You know, to me, it's just like being the Black 6ix9ine. Same shit.
Same
but
shit,
it's
my
morals
nigga.
and codes to this shit. So, you know, we all feel the same about that, to each his own.
But damn, 6ix9ine was put in this situation. This, you know what? I'm telling Tap out on that one.
Nah, at the end of the day, man, like you
Wow.
can't like.
Damn.
I think the internet is responsible
Tap
too,
out.
the fans, the bloggers, because you got these people that feel like Charleston White, the people that feel like Rainbow Bright, Tekashi 6ix9ine. They feel like they want to, you know, shit on the gangsters. Like you
but
went
it's
against the
certain-
gangsters and you won. Like they looking at that like nerd niggas.
gotta
It's
see
looking
that
at
interview.
squares. You know what I mean? And motherfuckers has been bullied all their life. You know what I mean? With the block, the gang. That was out there hustling and getting their money or throwing up their flag. They couldn't do it. They was in the house looking at the window, you know, buying nails off. So on the and shit though, computer geeking and shit. So boom, you get a nigga like Charleston talking that shit like he done went against the gang. Fuck me, like yeah, we love you guy. And then you get the Tekashi, you know what I mean? Just took down the whole fucking gang. He out of jail. Yeah, we love you. So you got them people that feel like they nothing and they got somebody that for them. Against all the bullies, you know what I mean?
Yeah, but there wasn't no bullies in this game. Ain't nobody, see, he creating bullies. Everybody he named, he don't know. Everybody he named, we can talk to. Right. See, he repeating news from yesterday. We make news today that's repeated tomorrow. Mm-hmm. It's a big goddamn difference in this game, young man.
See, I see you was about to choke the nigga out when he started disrespecting Nipsey.
Yeah, well, it ain't even about Nipsey. It's about the respect. You don't talk about it. This is why it's personal to me, because everybody he talking about, I know. And I introduced him. Right. So when I went there, it wasn't there to check him. But he want to make it seem like that. They called me on the stage. But I go to Texas all the time, and anywhere where he want to step to the mic, I tear him up. Any show. Any of them when it come to doing shit for children or this shit, I'm on a major level. Travel all continents with that bullshit. Now play with me. Play around. Get caught you won't.
Oh my mama, y'all heard that shit. But we gotta give them our textbook questions. We ain't letting them off the hook just cause they OGs. Nah. OGs gonna give us.
Use the bathroom like a motherfucker, man.
All right, well, I'm gonna conduct this question.
Give them the 5 on
We're gonna lighten it up,
quick.
man. We're gonna lighten it up. So we're gonna give them their own each 5. 10. Since 3 of y'all,
It's like a motherfucker.
hottest rappers. East to West, your 10 hottest. Y'all can have, we usually do 5, but since it's 3 of y'all, or y'all can have a collective 5. West Coast rappers first. We gonna compartmentalize it. We ain't gonna do like that.
You going?
Ain't no order. Ain't no order.
Just who
Who is y'all top 5? Or you can get it.
Oh, all time?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Y'all want a collective or individual 5?
Well,
I'll go with 5.
okay.
Individual. These two,
See,
they
you got
individual.
to-
They some
you
different
talking about
brothers.
rap to
I
me.
wish I would do that. My bad. I'm getting at y'all like that. Y'all get y'all own 5. Chico go first.
There we go.
My bad. I'm
Five,
tripping with no luggage.
I'm gonna go with Pac. I'm gonna go with Cube. Go with E. And shit, E40. That's my top 5 West.
Sam, we got to go.
Go with Pac, Cube, Easy, Kendrick Lamar, E40.
On my mama, that 5 came fluid. On my mama. So you big male?
Oh man, shit, y'all really asked me a hell of a question.
5.
I know it. I'm trying to think because I ain't never watched no rap game or lit and nothing.
Your top 5 ain't about none of that. You can say Sugar Hill Gang. Fuck you want to say them niggas?
Let me see.
Cass 1.
Let me
Your
say,
5.
We gonna go with.
Who helped you through 30 years,
Now, I
nigga?
like Tupac. I liked it. See, it wasn't so much rap. I had a different.
I need West Coast rappers though. You ain't about to change
Well,
the
all
narrative.
right,
Don't
I'ma
move the
go West
goalposts,
Coast
OG.
rapper, man. I'm trying to get around it. I see you ain't letting me. I'm gonna go.
Man, talk your
Ice
shit.
T.
He talking whispers.
Ice-T. Tell me Ice-T. Yeah.
Hold on.
6 in the morning.
I'm gonna say Ice-T, Conception, and Grand Jury Records.
Oh, my mama, Silky Fine is
Silky
in.
Fine, we just had.
Silky Fine, Rome, just like Romeo and Juliet.
Thank you.
The West Coast All Stars, Grand Jury Records. That would be that. Then we'll have
Same gang in there.
I would say I like the DJ Quick.
Yes.
Quick.
Give him some.
I'm gonna get Dibby.
Give him some. Let him hold.
I got to have my man Ice Cube from the West.
Yes,
Thank
man.
you.
Going
Cube.
up to W.
Off top.
Off the top. That's my boy from over there. And for the newer generation, cause that's my nephew too, cause that's Michael Conception nephew. I'm gonna say Kendrick Lamar.
Thank
But
you.
now-
That's Mike nephew?
Yeah.
What?
See?
Why he done
You heard
signed
it here
him?
first on Smoke a Lot
Why Mike
Radio.
ain't put
Question.
That's Michael's yeah. Michael's,
nephew?
yeah.
My ribs. That's my
But I want to give a shout out to my little West Coast, East Coast guys that give me a little flavor and I mess around with. That's Joey Badass.
Oh,
Thank
yeah.
you.
Yeah.
Fabio
See?
Ford,
Let
Oh,
Melvin
yeah.
talk.
Pop
Let Melvin cook.
Brooklyn Batman.
Okay.
All these new young artists, Lil Baby, all these cats.
Yeah, little
with younger tip.
Hell yeah.
Let Melvin
Come
cook.
And we keep it 183%, not 5.5. That's just 2 110s to me. I'm add
He went moving on. Y'all heard that moving bar? No, that's
I don't know,
no
man.
subliminal. You heard him go
So
moving
they
on
go
y'all.
lines, man.
He turned.
We just
He
talking.
went sody on the nigga.
Also, and don't
Shouts
forget,
out to my loved one.
because I got to give him a shout
Shouts out
too.
to Sody, yeah.
T Hustle, our boy that helped.
Off
We got
top.
to don't
Shout
forget
out
T
T
Hustle. B from the Death Row, our boy Ma B, Suge Knight and them, him a shout out too, man.
I hear you
and
shout
we
out-
Try to give everybody names a little.
I hear you shout out your nephew that y'all went to his funeral.
Who's that? Oh, Nipsey. Yeah, Nipsey. Shout out Monster Cody. Shout out to all of them.
Yeah,
Tupac,
definitely.
Biggie Small, Pop Smoke, all those that have lost tragically to senseless gun violence or where they could have went another way. That's what we try to do. We want people to aspire to be what they can be, man, to where you don't have to be dying to be living to try to get into this entertainment, man. You know, we can all fall back, everybody, and just try to come together, to where we can formulate a plan to get back.
That's what I'm talking
to our
about.
Society and our community.
That's just a fun
Yeah,
question
that's
we
it.
like to hit the guests with.
That's it.
Big T, shots on you.
Here we go. Okay. You know I'm originally from Rhyme Syndicate, so I had to go with Ice-T number
Ice
one.
Nigga, my nigga.
Was my
I love
crew back in the day. That was us. And then I had to give Yuck props. on
That's
things.
the first
You know,
time. They
he's
don't
up
be
in the
fucking
house. You know what I'm saying?
Second time.
But see,
Somebody
Yuck
fuck
don't
with
realize we go way back because, you know, Face them was my boys,
Off
Ghetto
top.
Boys. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? I was
come
down there
on.
with James them.
Rap
you
a lot
know,
Mafia.
getting busy with Short
he
Dog.
is from the
yes,
mob.
sir. Yes, sir. So I'm gonna have to say Face
Off
and
top.
everybody, you know, everybody in Rap a Lot, you know, because that was the family back in the day. You
The
know,
mob.
yes, sir.
I just was out there with them in
Gangsta
Houston.
Nip, all of the brothers. You know what I'm saying?
Rest in peace,
Terror
Bushwick Bill.
Squad, you know, yes, Seagram, rest in peace,
Rest in peace, Seagram. That's
you
from my neighborhood.
Yes,
You know what I
sir.
mean?
I'm
What I was
already
talking
knowing.
about.
So I gotta go hip hop. You know
Off
what I'm saying? I had to give Cube nothing but love. Easy,
Definitely.
Dre. You know,
God, glad y'all said it
Yellow.
all.
yeah.
He said Easy and Dre. Nigga, nobody said Dre. Nigga don't be giving
gotta
Dre
put
his
Dre
love.
up in there. You can't miss Dre. You know.
Niggas don't be giving Dre his
Yeah,
love.
gotta drop Snoop up in there. You
Snoop.
know.
Niggas don't be giving Snoop his love.
We respect all of them. East Coast, West Coast. We don't set trips.
Oh, my boy Chico, Spice. You gotta
Oh
put him
yeah,
up in
Spice, man. Yada da. Spigot, motherfucker.
Yeah.
That way it don't be no set.
No set tripping,
We
right.
gonna set trends.
Exactly.
We ain't gonna set.
Top 5 comedians.
This gonna be hard. This gonna be hard.
You first or you first? You got the mic. It's on you.
This gonna be hard.
That's gonna be super hard.
Yeah,
We got
yeah,
time. We got time. No particular
I'm gonna-
order.
I'ma say
No particular
Earthquake.
order, but 5.
Hey, we'll do 5 together because
That's
Yeah.
beautiful. Y'all work together like
I
that.
fuck with Dave Chappelle.
All right, that's one. That is. Yeah,
Earthquake.
Earthquake. Two. Yeah. He got that new special on
Earth is the
Netflix.
guy, yeah.
Burn.
Bernie, off top.
But I'm gonna tell you who I'm really starting to like. That I think really, 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 really talented and go both ways. And I don't watch television, but I'm starting to like Kevin Hart.
Yeah, Kevin Hart. That
Oh,
movie.
you just starting to like the nigga.
Well, I don't watch that shit. I don't watch comedy.
Right, this come from a
laughable on these streets.
Right,
You trying to stay alive every goddamn day.
Right, ain't nothing
got time to
laughable.
be,
Yeah, I ain't had time.
motherfucker.
Yeah, that shut all that shit down, right?
That shit. I'm trying to stay alive.
Mike Epps.
That nigga ain't
Mike
nothing
Epps,
laughable on these streets, nigga.
Yeah, it's
For
a hard
real.
life, man. It's a hard knock life when you
Got time to be giggling all goddamn day, my
No
nigga.
giggling and Putin, nigga. None of that, nigga.
And I like to let's not forget the pioneer Flip.
They forget about Flip Wilson, the first Martin Lawrence. Flip Wilson show.
Deal. See, they think
Oh, my mama.
See, they
The Flip
think
Wilson
they
show.
like,
Yep.
Geraldine.
And them are the first ones.
Ooh,
but
Geraldine.
Most of the stuff that we're seeing in entertainment has been done before.
Before.
It's just being more innovative and updated.
Or just innovative, updated.
Oh, my mama.
Flip Wilson playing as a woman.
And the OG
as
Richard Pryor
Geraldine.
show.
Right.
When he was on
Don't forget
the
Richard
president
Pryor.
thing.
Red
You
Fox.
got Richard Pryor, Ether Basin, all that.
Oh, yeah,
it's
Ether,
a lot
yeah.
of them that you had Soul Train gang banging and pop.
Red Fox.
Red Fox.
You gotta give it up to Red. Yeah, you gotta give it up to the Fox, because Fox meant that you was fly, right? That's where you got the last name from. That's they slang for, you know what I mean, being, you know what I mean, balling or something. You know what I
Come
mean?
on,
You gotta
man,
be
I
a
fuck
Fox,
with Red
mate. That's
Fox,
it,
man.
Fox, nigga.
Red is Rob used to be with him. His daughter.
My nigga Rollo, they was over there on El
Rollo and all
Segundo
his
with it.
daughters was going to yard with us. He had 3 daughters. They stayed right there off of Slauson.
Remember Rollo was Lamont's partner on Sanford and Son.
On Sanford and Son, right, Rollo.
Lamont's partner, Rollo.
So he had all
That
those
was his
niggas on.
cockroach.
Right.
Yeah.
And then Paul House that be with Harry-O and all them used to be with Suge and them. He got a baby.
And you already know Esther live in your hood.
Stayed on 3rd.
Got her hair done right there on Hall there by the barbecue
Yeah,
spot.
she stayed right off Hall.
Shit,
On Manchester.
Lou Nell stayed somewhere around there
Not
too.
off Halldale. She stayed closer by Vermont.
No, but she got her hair done right there at Virgil's, right there on by the McDonald's and the church on Manchester, Normandy. That was where she. I got my hair cut at that mall. I used to see her and be like, "That's motherfucking the motherfucking." Oh, I got the big one.
Steve Harvey girl come from over there too in that show. What's her name? The principal.
Regina.
What's her name? Robinson.
Regina Hall. Raquel Hall.
Robinson grew up right there on.
Call her by God.
Her sister.
You call
Name
about
on
a
the
name
damn
on the
show.
show, nigga. Nah, nigga, you fucking up, boy. You fucking up, man.
Damn it, I was a child. That's the only thing I knew the bitch about.
Nobody ever want to get Eddie Murphy no love. Nobody fuck with Eddie Murphy.
Well, once again, it's cool too, but no, all of them, I'm just naming names.
Right.
But all of them are great to me.
I like
But
Eddie
just
Murphy got
didn't
some
watch
funny
him.
movies.
I don't watch like that, a movie. I knew him more so in the movies as for, I didn't watch the comedy.
You think he got time to pay them niggas some attention and he ain't
Yeah,
even open the
I'm
Bible?
giving Richard Pryor.
Yeah, the nigga ain't open yet, man.
He ain't open the Bible. You think he got time to look at them bitch ass
Speaking of that, man, you say you don't watch movies, man. This movie affected the whole United States when this motherfucker dropped, man. Where was you at, or did you didn't even open the Bible. I don't know if you even watched this. When Colors dropped, what was the effect
he
that
watched
did it have?
That was right up his.
I was on
Was
the
you
set.
in it?
I was on the set. The shit
Yo, you was on the set of Colors?
that shit was filmed in Watts.
No,
It was
he was
right down
gone
the street
already.
from
He
me.
was gone
So you was in it, damn
No, I
it?
wasn't in it. I watched this shit. I was gangbanging then, but I would watch the whole shit because it was some dudes was like, you know, they was gangbanging on the set. They thinking dudes.
They had a few real people in that
Yeah, they had
motherfucker.
a lot of real people in this shit. But you
Nigga,
know,
Michael Jackson had real Crips in his shit.
yeah, that shit was like I watched this shit when they was filming this shit. So.
Yeah.
Me, I never watched it. Because,
See what I'm saying?
You too fucking Melvin too cool for this shit, man.
Nigga ain't open the
That's
Bible.
the
You
real
think he watching
shaft.
the
That's the real
goddamn-
shaft for this shit, man.
Ain't open the Bible.
remember, we lived that life.
So why even go watch it?
Yeah, it ain't the same. Just like his story about Snowfall.
He was the
We know
nightmare
why
walking,
would
psychopath
we
talking.
live in
King
that?
of the
I
jungle,
couldn't
just
look at no film about no gang, and I don't did
But that boy rapping.
right. I didn't even know who was on the soundtrack.
I see.
I don't know who, colors or whatever. Ice-T might have did it, but I
Melvin
didn't
was
look
throwing
at
that C up, Chunky
Okay,
Cookie.
real shit,
Melvin was all Chunky Cookie with
No,
it.
I wasn't looking at none of that. We live in that
You
life.
banging on breakfast, nigga?
you
Melvin
Bruno?
was banging that breakfast,
You
nigga,
Bruno?
on eggs and everything.
No, I never, I stayed solid. I didn't go into the CCOs, the Blue Note.
about that. That's why I asked.
I didn't go into none of that, but I was there when they all did it and who was calling shots, the chain of command, the politics. I just stayed solo bolo and neutral and stayed out their lanes for what their politics was. But I know quite a bit about the Blue Notes, the Vanguards, and the Black Coats, and the CCOs, and I know all of them that were
I'm gonna tell you who my dad is when the camera go off.
Yes, sir.
Bro, how did you feel, Big T? When the colors out, how they hit your neighborhood? You gotta give them the mic.
I think that really affected our neighborhood, really.
See, it's only people that was out of town that never, this was our first time seeing that type of lifestyle, like far as Oakland. Because we on some real pimp player shit, hustler, pimp player hustler. That's it, we don't do the flag. So when we seen that on Colors, man, it changed. Like, I think it was a lot of influence, Sacramento, like the other northern spots, Fresno, like, you know what I mean, Stockton, Modesto, they start banging heavy.
That module.
They picked up
that scene with the module change.
They picked up that flag quick.
Across the nation, Colors.
Going down.
Boys in the hood, Men's to Society.
Boys in the hood, because a lot of people, you didn't have social media then. So this was social media.
Yeah, the movies.
The theaters, and stuff and that. You have to look at that when that was coming around. But for me, it wasn't nothing where I needed to look at because I lived that life.
Did you watch Scarface?
Now I watch Scarface.
Okay.
But now I
got it. Okay.
But I watch Scarface because we jacking drug dealers. It's death to the high roller.
Yeah.
And that's more something I can relate to and watch. Because now we know about the drug game, and I'm part of that game, but I'm not selling drugs.
Right, you take it.
We're trying to set it up. That's what.
Right.
But you know, that's what we were trying to do.
Scarface for me, I thought that was my life. Like Tony, my best friend name was Tony.
That nigga said I thought I was Tony.
And the other dude name was Chico.
Right.
Tony.
Oh yeah, you did right. His name was Chico.
I really thought that was my story.
And you lived it.
I'm living that shit.
You lived it for real, bro.
It came out the same time I came out, so you know.
Bro, he lived it. He really lived
it. I thought that shit was us, for real. My partner.
Town starters, baby.
No, they made the movie about y'all. That was the first one before Snowfall. You just did. What about you when Scarface came out? Did you ever, like, was you into it or it was like Colors that?
No, I think Scarface
woke some shit up.
Yeah. Made a lot of the little homies start spinning around and doing it, getting a little more dangerous out there.
Think about it though, you think about Scarface and that shit is when the time that shit really hit the streets.
It hit, like, right when it hit, the movie came, it was a theme movie to go with it.
Everybody.
You know, everybody, we want to be Scarface and shit. Don't get high on your own supply.
But you know, at one time the cocaine game was fashionable, and that's when until the blacks started getting it. You go look at the movies.
Studio 56.
No, not only Superfly was the era of the black exploitation. 71, 72, 73. Go get Christy Love, come back, y'all. That was Melvin and Pebbles. Yeah. But then when Saturday Night Fever, 75, 6 night, it became fashionable where they shortened it, Disco 2000, Hugh Hefner, and it was fashionable. It was a status drug where they snorting it on the spoon.
You had to have some money to do that.
Right, everything $100 a gram and dollar for dollar, but it wasn't criminalized.
Nah.
Then when y'all got into the game and the and y'all started getting the money, then the game started changing the way the game
So y'all fucked it up?
Well, the laws changed.
The laws
Y'all
changed.
I be wondering how y'all be talking in the car
Crack.
though. Yeah, you niggas was the ones
when they made the
legends in the car together arguing over legendary shit.
The
free base,
asset forfeiture law, the 1020 gun law, the crack law where you get 5 grams of crack get you life, and you can explain that more. The game got fucked up.
The rules got fucked up.
Started getting the money, then
moved the goalposts. They moved the goalposts on
niggas.
niggas.
Moved the game and changed it to where they started
everything changed. The whole crack law changed. The whole who going to, like back then there wasn't no blacks in the federal penitentiary. I remember when they was building that shit downtown, like new jail. Like that's the federal. I'm passing by that shit. A few years later, I'm in that joint. You know, filed in 1989, 1990, and won. Like I won a federal case.
Wow, that's 1%
That's what
type
like,
shit.
1%, like, and it's 30 of it. You know, that's when I was in there with Pat. All of us, Tweet, all of us in there. I went on a run for like 2 or 3 years. Then when I went to trial, I said, fuck it, 20 years. No, I'm 20-something. I'm 20, say 22, 23. So, you know, they offered me a deal for 20. So I'm like, if I lose, how much I'm getting? 30. That shit the same thing to me. I'm going to trial. So I went to trial. Walked out the front door.
Damn.
Then catch the case back in 93 with Rick. So people wasn't even taking, like then, everybody was taking a deal. Life sentence, 30 years. Everybody on my case got 30 years. But none of them went to trial. I was the only one who went to trial and won the fucking case. Go right back, and 3 years later, I catch the case with Freeway. That's how my life been like.
That was the entrapment.
That
was an entrapment though. Wow.
Man, we never seen people that every day. I bought the shit from them. It's like I bought the, it was birds, but it was a whole entrapment. It was definitely entrapment. It wasn't, do like shit over there.
All right, man, the new episode of Snowfall, man. Which one of you niggas was flying the airplane? Because I seen a nigga flying the airplane.
Rick actually was learning how to fly the airplane.
Rick knew how to fly the airplane?
Yeah, he
okay.
did.
I was about to say, who knew how to, so they getting it right then, Rick flying the airplane, okay.
That's why, like, fuck this.
You really taking my life. Next thing they gonna have the nigga playing tennis. When he playing tennis?
Yes, over there by Dorsey.
Had the nigga playing tennis. God damn.
He was taking flying lessons.
Before you go and y'all give up y'all handles, what is the name of the movie you doing? Cause they on my ass on this damn
The
chat.
movie I just finished is called I Am Gitmo. It's about Guantanamo Bay. It's about the prisoners that we had in the war that was, getting tortured. Like, 830 of them went to prison for a crime they didn't commit. Our government put them in prison. They tortured them. Come out in 2 weeks, 2 to 3 weeks. And they tortured, I think it's still 36 of them in Guantanamo Bay right now as we speak. Nobody never got convicted. Nobody ever went to trial. They just went to Afghanistan, picked these dudes up after 9/11. That's what I saw. I saw the whole bombing from 9/11, and then our United States government go pick up 800 people in Afghanistan and bring them back to Guantanamo Bay and torture these people for 15 to 20 years.
Wow.
When you say doing a movie, I'm doing a political movie. I do movies that make sense. Like, this shit really happened. This person talking. I'm doing another movie called Angola, about what happened in the prison in Angola, about these 3 black dudes got convicted of a crime they never commit. Yeah, I'm doing, I'm like, I got projects that
So you about to have to do one with the girl that just went to jail in Russia.
Probably do.
Man, he got more projects than highway right now. I'm just saying.
That girl that went to jail for the vape pen in Russia?
Yeah, Brittany.
We need one with that.
Let's get Brittany on.
Let's get Brittany on,
The
man.
movie coming out like in 3 weeks. Like,
Should have took an edible.
Where's it
bitch.
gonna be on?
theaters.
Oh, at the theater? Oh,
Brownie.
hell yeah.
You've been higher and safer.
I do real movies. I don't do like shit. I got a real.
And what's the name of it?
production. I Am Gitmo.
Yeah. I will be
Political
in. I Am
movies.
Gitmo in the theater. As soon as that shit drop, man.
I'll tell you something, for the screening, 2-3 weeks.
So can we come and do we get the invite? We like to go to the before
We
shit
want to
drop.
come around with the big homies.
Yeah.
The movie
And
that
then when
Yuck's
your shit
coming
drop,
out,
yeah, when your
the
shit
movie
drop.
Yuck's coming out, and Chico's the executive producer on that. Mel is in it, and it's called The World Epidemic.
And when that's dropping?
We're not sure yet. We're still working on the editing, going through the editing process and stuff like that.
That render is a motherfucker.
It's hard to work with.
Yeah.
He say everything
Oh,
got
it's
to be
coming
picture
out now.
perfect. It got to be picture
Oh, yeah.
perfect. Chico don't play around.
We're gonna have the cameras following
It's a lot of work.
Chico and Big T's
Yeah.
bullshit.
That render is a
What they
motherfucker.
go to. It's Chico and Big T show.
Shout out to Lil
That
Tookie
render?
too, because Lil
Boy.
Tookie's also going to be in this film. He just got moved to a
Yeah, y'all
level
definitely
3,
know
so
my dad is.
we're going on the inside, and we're going to be interviewing Lil Tookie too. So shouts out to him.
Hell
Yeah,
yeah.
we rock
He's
Lil
gonna be
Crip,
in the
Lil
film.
Raymond and everybody, you know what I'm saying? Snoopy Blue, the Bronco, everybody. June
Oh yeah, I just did an
Brooklyn
interview
Crip
with
all of them
Ron
and
Ron
Yep.
in Kenya.
Yeah.
Yep. Birth of a Crip. That's gonna be dope as fuck. Yeah. At the end of the day, they need the knowledge, bro. Period. And it's coming from the actual people that actually, you know what I mean? That's more better than somebody making some make-believe shit. You know? Period. Actually coming from the cloth, man. So y'all social media where they can reach y'all, man. Y'all programs, y'all youth programs where people could come to out here in LA, you know what I mean, and so on, man. Just give y'all a dismount. You starting off first, Melvin.
Give you some services that I do to help the community. I'm an advisor and a consultant for the Johnny Cochran law firm on a national level. So if you have civil cases, criminal cases, I can connect you in any. I provide that services. Also, I'm a credible messenger. We mentor youth's motivation or speakers, deal with intervention and prevention, work with Mayor Bowles, Washington, D.C. Mayor, where we make sure that we, Department, DYRS, Department of Youth Rehabilitation Services, where the youth was getting $500 so we end up building a prison down there, juvenile facilities where they don't get shipped out. Also, I'm a advisor, consultant, and media relations on this project with my man Big T, Platinum City, Golden West. Got my other man out here, one of my managers, Black folk, we're doing baby. Documentaries, speaking up to youth, films, in the book club, because I'm an author. Also, we are also having an initiative where we're promoting HR 1111 with this young man and the hip-hop community, peacemaking on a federal level for the hip-hop artists to try to gain back some type of respect as getting themselves adversely affecting each other by slandering each other, having beefs and stuff. So we're gonna try to give a little wisdom to that. And that's basically it right now. You can catch me on, I usually work off Facebook, a little Instagram, but I more so Facebook, Instagram, you can look up Melvin Farmer and Hidden Corners.
On my mama. Check the mics. They say the mics cutting in and out on the line.
Okay. Shout out. I want to shout out to VP Church, Suave Boy. I want to shout out to Coach and Kevin Strickland and Eugene Yisagarin, Papa Z over there. You know, they all a part of the squad. Juan, and you can reach us at theworldrebirthfoundation.com, and you can hit us up there. You can watch a little piece of the trailer, get more information about the whole entire project and stuff like that, and then just check us out. And the World Epidemic is coming soon.
On my mama.
Off the top.
I'm Chico Brown. I'm the president of Cinema Libre Diversity Films. I'm working on a few projects. I just finished one movie. Like I said, I Am Gitmo. It's about Guantanamo Bay. I'm doing my life story. I have Tiffany Haddish, Mark Wahlberg actually producing me. Tiffany actually.
This is about to be the story with
better
you.
Stop playing with cuz.
Yeah.
Oh, I can't wait for that. Keep it in your head, nigga. These Hollywood people.
People don't know, like Tiffany Haddish. Tiffany been my friend forever. We worked together 15, 20 years ago.
Shout out Tiff.
We never stopped being friends. Tiffany have traveled with me before she become Tiffany Haddish. We good friends. She's actually, the story is written already, but she was with me a lot of times when a lot of stuff I was doing, Tiffany was on my side. She's before me or doing something.
Oh shit.
Mark Wahlberg.
What you gonna learn today?
Become my friend.
Tiffany really with this shit. Okay.
Mark Wahlberg became my friend through Penny Marshall. Penny Marshall thought that me and Mark, has a lot of things in common. He's been one of my biggest supporters. He actually even gave me money to buy one of my youth centers 15 years ago. When people talk about Mark and him and what he do, I'm one person can say he do a lot. He's have given me a lot of money. He's still my in the film I just did with Netflix called Compton Rising. Mark is one of the executive producers. Myself, I can be reached at Chico. I think my Instagram is Chico 2031, and my Facebook is Chico Brown Compton. So anyone on the platforms, you can reach me. Any questions you want to ask, I'll answer them for you. I've been in the film business for 17 years, and I came through the film business through Penny Marshall, who have out of the drug business into the film business.
And I have one more. I don't want to forget my sidekick. He's a credible messenger. Ayatollah Marvin.
Oh yeah, Ayatollah, man. Shout out to Ayatollah.
Marvin, his shout out, and you know, at the end of the day, we're gonna close out and say that the only thing stronger than a man's pride is a mother's love.
Shout out, Marv.
The only thing stronger than a man's pride is a mother's love. And you heard it here first.
Smoke a Lot Radio.
Smoke a Lot
man.
Radio from Melvin fucking Farm.
Another episode at Smoke a Lot Radio, man. I want to shout out the guests, man. Big T, man. Melvin, goddamn. Chico, mate. Hey, mate, shit is dope as fuck. I got a real history lesson. I got some game, and I got a purpose. You know what I mean? Like as an OG. You know what I mean? I want to inspire to do what you guys is doing, especially what Melvin is doing, what you're doing. You know what I mean, for the neighborhood, you know what I mean? I want to take that to Oakland, you know what I mean? Start trying to do some youth centers and whatnot, because when we did have the Boys and Girls Club, it kept us off the streets. We had the recreation centers that kept us off the street and made the next Jay Kidd or the next Gary Payton and all that, instead of having us on the streets selling dope and shit. And that's what's missing in the black neighborhood, recreation centers and shit for the kids to do, instead of doing the worst shit. You feel me? So.
School district, parks and recreation, and the juvenile justice system. Once we clean those up, those are three of the areas that I think these youths are getting peer pressured at: the parks, schools, and being incarcerated where they punish them as opposed to rehabilitating them. Those are the three areas that we think that could be attacked also on a global or a national level to bring back and unify our communities, man. That's how we trying to move. That's how we are moving. That's the movement.
I'm with it, man. Period. I was talking before. I was talking to my peoples that we just need a whole conference about a put the guns down conference or some type of shit like that, because too many people are dying left and right.
We're gonna start with fallback.
Yeah, that's exactly the movement that we actually created 3 years ago.
Well, let's get the conferences going. Like, we need like big dogs.
All about.
Like Snoop and them behind it all. Bring all they, you know, let's have a peace talk. Like, okay, this shit is just entertainment, man.
Well, see, you know? ours is coming straight from the streets first. You
know, as you should.
I know everything been geared, you know, that I've been seeing moving around. It's been more on the entertainment level, but we got the street soldiers that's walking the streets, that's communities, that's this film, and you're going to hear their stories. You're going to hear some of the mothers' stories. You're going to hear all the OG stories that's really in the field that's walking it every single day, that's actually trying to help these young brothers.
That's out there in the field.
That's out there in the field.
Not no just talking on your blog and talking shit on your interview.
Exactly.
Really out there, 10 toes down in these streets, helping these people.
Exactly, and you're gonna hear some of the little homies talk about what it is that they're dealing with, what they're going through, what they're actually feeling, and if there's gonna be peace or not. I'm just gonna I'm playing the journalist part and let them have free speech to bring back to the village and let everybody else come together and see what can we work out to fix the streets. Because, you know, you can't just, you know, we up in these rooms all day long and we could talk about what the little homies need and what they want, but if we ain't hitting the streets ourselves and really talking to them, just like Cato said, you know, we out of bounds. We acting like old people. We got to get out here and get the solution.
Absolutely. I was saying the rappers got to come in, because everybody's trying to blame drill music and gangster rap for what's going down, like all these killings and everything. They trying to blame the music. So with that being said, the musicians need to come in and be like, yo, this shit is just like some shit for you to groove to.
I'm going to give a shout out to one person in the music who's been with me 20-something years, and that's Master.
Right.
Now he's giving me money. He's been in the streets of Compton with me, side by side, for the last 21 years. So it's a lot. Master P is one of the dudes that I can truly say. Now, when I talk about it, I can show a film. Like, he was there. He paid for a bunch of funerals in Compton that people don't even know about. Because a lot of stuff I do, I don't even talk about it. But when we talk about entertainment, up. I can say that stepped up 100%.
Yeah, shout out Percy, man. Shout out Master P. He do a lot.
That's real shit. He do a
behind
lot.
closed
People
doors.
don't even know about all the work he do. Not just come and give me money, actually going in the streets in Crip neighborhood, Pyru neighborhood with me.
And
like,
talking to the youth.
Talking to them.
Yeah,
We did so much shit. Me and him did so much shit. People don't even know when you jump out there and say, well, who's really doing something in the city in Compton? I can't tell you no entertainment that's from Compton that did nothing for a lot every day. I'm from Compton, born and raised, and went to jail for that shit. Got shit for that shit, everything you want to know since 1964. So when you say you from Compton and shit, like, you know, what have you contributed to saying you from Compton?
It's straight out of Compton. Nobody got no residuals off that movie.
Hell no. I ended up getting a check because I did the location for that shit.
Okay.
Other than that, I don't know. You know what I'm saying?
And the other thing, me and Chico was talking about, Chico and Coaching was talking about the other day, that we got to bring to the platform is speaking on mental health. You know,
That too, that's huge, man. Oh, you hit
huge.
That's huge. That mental health thing, because a lot of people got ADHD, autism. People be blanking out off of liquor and drugs.
In the black community, for us, we like, I'm not going to see no psychiatrist. I'm not, you know, like I said, I got shot in 1976. In my own 1980, so if I think that something ain't wrong with me, I gotta be crazy. Fuck, I'd have been 30 times. Crips shit, all Crips, 30 times in my license. So
that's like going to Vietnam and coming back. You're gonna have that whatever they had, what it's called, PD.
And this started at 15 when I was 15 years old.
PTSD.
Yeah,
You're gonna have that, but you gonna have that from the fucking neighborhood.
And we got but exactly where you going. It's a blessing and it's a curse sometimes when you can see ahead of time where they're going. We got a initiative, because I write laws that attack laws. We don't attack laws. We got an initiative that acronym ICSS, ISIS, and I think that like the whites, they go to big non-military and they go to war and come back with post-traumatic stress syndrome. Should be something for the inner city because of the conditions that they're brought up under, and I think it should be called inner city stress syndrome. Those are the conditions that are separate from waking up, being traumatized, walking around in a third world country, helicopters, shootings, dead bodies, drugs. So I think there should be a post-traumatic stress for inner cities all across America that deal with not only mental, financial literacy, teach them the trade. So we're attacking all these things. We're not just talking. We got a plan, not a promise. So we have well, we're going to try to get it up, maybe lobby at the Senate. I've spoken at the Rayburn before. I've done C-SPAN, hosted radio. But I think there should be a new mental health ticket for the inner cities persons that's called ISIS, ICSS, inner cities syndrome. And that could get children, men, women, and children, the help that they, like for instance, a lot of people didn't know Michael Conception couldn't read or write when he got into the game. And a lot of times we had these youths that go as juveniles or adults, and a lot of times their conditions are not known because they don't want people to know they can't read.
Right.
A lot of this are hidden problems to where we have to bring it out of them, and that's part of the healing, to where I think they could get more relief if we create our own standards, no more different than like Megan's Law, Amber Alert. Whenever a white person wants something, they get it. Amber Alert, Megan's Law, but when it come to us, we get blackballed.
Right. We get some shit on the shade room or something.
Yeah, so you know, I think our votes could mean something. This could mean something to where we can do it on our own and change our own lifestyle as opposed to dealing with the white man. We ought to be able to control our own narratives and ideas and thoughts.
You hit it on the nose, man. You hit it out the park, man. What he said, man, period, man. Yo, Melvin, man, it's been a blessing, man. You three gentlemen, man, y'all making changes for the neighborhood, man. That's what we need more across the board with our, you know what I mean, our originals, you know what I mean? Who's that had the game before the youngsters ever fucking was skating on the skateboard. You know what I mean? Period. So we just need that back, man, to just bring guidance. The guidance is missing. You know what I mean? The rules, the code is missing, man. And right on time, man. Period, man. So we're gonna continue to spread y'all word. Definitely anything y'all need us for, the movie, anything, the youth, anything, movies or whatever you got doing, whatever I got to do in the Bay Area, let's do it because it's time, man. It's time to unify, you know, teach these kids that, you know, strength in numbers and we could get money together.
We just gotta let kids know they gotta be ready to stand up and die for this shit like Blizzard did.
Nah.
Else it ain't nothing.
We ain't doing that.
Smoke a lot radio, baby. That's all we do. We gotta leave it on some smooth shit. We can't just leave them all extra deep like that. God damn, giggle it out.
Hey, man, anyway, man, another episode of motherfucking Smoke a Lot Radio, man. It's your host with the motherfucking smoke. Fucking mouth with the illest nigga in Nebraska, bitch.
California, oh my mama.
Hey, shout out to our guest, man, Big T, Melvin Farmer, man, Chico Brown, man. We in this motherfucker, man. Powered by the goddamn world famous Coin Academy, man. Shout out Craig, shout out Amber.
In that building.
Shout out motherfucking Macca, shout out Go Mac, shout out Laylaw, yada da, the whole mob, man. And shout out Royal Blunts, man. Stay loyal to Royal. It's been another episode. Shout out to everybody that's been in the chat room, the Rich Gang. Shout out Shaniqua, shout out E. Shout out Goose, fucking great. Yeah, man, it's been a wonderful You say the rest of the shit, man. I got
you. Step down. Stay with your prayers, get with your little blunts, and motherfucking know, fuck with your community so your community can fuck with you. I'm drunk, leave me alone.
Happy birthday to my son, man. Another happy birthday to my son, man.
Happy birthday to JJ.
Yeah, it is, man. The third, J the third.
J3.
J Trey.
Oh, my
J Trey.
gang.
Hey, we out the Smoke Like Radio. Yada da!
Look, tap in, nigga, log in. Smoke a lot radio, we going all in.
Tap in, bitch, log in. Smoke a lot radio, we going all in.
Tap in, hold log in. Smoke a lot radio, we going all in.
The squad making sure we all win. Smoke a lot radio, we going all in. Zilla, I'm the host with the most smoke. Rolling up the most dope. Kato got the most jokes. Simone Taylor keep it sexy for the grown folks. I'm OG, tone low, bouncing on them gold spokes. Smoke, we the #1 podcast. Some other shows, all trash. Amber Rose, all ass. Broadcasting live from the coast. Sick committee with the jokes. Come and get your ass roast.
California nigga, review my file. How to show up on the net. You other niggas is clowns. Pulling buster niggas' cars, pulling whole skirts up. I'm the king of one-liners. Y'all got what the fuck? Since we stepped up on the scene, we got the haters' attention. Only bosses on the set, you other niggas is mentioned. For your back for interviews, nigga, boss up your views. Nigga, fuck your crew. Nigga, who is you?
Coming through with the block report. The real spill, cause niggas know I got report. About to give you what you're waiting for. Simone, Kato, and Young, we about to take the floor. And we back like we never left. Other radio shows, they getting put up on the show. Every time we step out, you know we fresh to death. Here to take our reign till there ain't nothing left.
You bitch! Hey, who is these niggas y'all talking about? They gon' get on Smoke a Lot with they 400 followers, 17 motherfucking view having ass. Fuck, these niggas crazy than a motherfucker. These niggas crazy than a motherfucker.